A Russian monster is destroying Trump's tanks and NATO allies. Burying them in the Ukrainian mud, it can destroy entire military divisions. The missiles and shells cannot penetrate its armor, and landmines have no effect on it. Although it was not on the front lines of the war in Ukraine, its achievements in battle have made NATO think twice before confronting the Tsar's most dangerous tank. We reveal many secrets and details to you, dear viewer, about the Armata nightmare, the latest Russian and warfare machine. Stay tuned with us. The Russian T-14 Armata tank is unique in terms of its capabilities, as it can be relied upon as a vehicle for reconnaissance and detection of enemy ground and air targets. The tank comes with two versions of the main gun. The first from the A-82, which uses 125mm caliber shells with a range of up to 14 kilometers and a firing rate of 6 shells per minute. The second version is the A-83, which uses 152mm ammunition similar to the shells used in Russian howitzers such as the Akatsiya. The range of a conventional 54.5 kg shell does not exceed 25 km, but with double propellant charges, the range can reach 42 km, although the firing rate is reduced to one shell every 50 seconds. It's also possible to use lighter tactical ammunition with rocket propulsion engines with a range of up to 70 km, such as the high explosive extended range projectile with base bleed, which has a range of 55 km. Base bleed is a feature used to increase the range of the projectile by up to 40% by providing its base with a gas generator or explosive charge that creates a pressure opposite to the friction pressure of the projectile with the air, giving it a longer range and higher speed. The same gun can use other types of ammunition, such as fragmentation shells that explode before impact, armor-piercing shells, and vacuum shells designed to destroy buildings with strong structures. Russian media also reported that the Armata cannon will be equipped with 152mm nuclear shells, but no further information was provided on the power of these shells. That's not all. This super tank is equipped with a KORD machine gun that uses 12.7mm ammunition and can be controlled remotely. The machine gun has a rate of fire of about 650 rounds per minute and a range of up to 5,000 meters. A closer look at the Armata T-14. The Armata is 10.6 meters long, 3.5 meters wide, and 3.3 meters high, with a total weight of 55 tons, making it one of the heaviest tanks in the world. However, this mass is extremely well designed, as the Armata can carry 40 to 60 shells, depending on the type of cannon inside the vehicle, in addition to fuel tanks built into the sides and rear of the tank, allowing it to operate within a range of 650 kilometers without refueling. The engine is capable of generating 1,560 horsepower, and with this powerful engine connected to a 12-speed gearbox, the Armata can reach a speed of 62 km per hour on rough terrain and 77 km per hour on paved roads. The Armata requires a crew of 3, consisting of a tank commander, a driver, and a gunner. They can be controlled from outside the vehicle using a portable communication set specific to each vehicle, which can fully guide and control it without a range of 12 kilometers. The Armata relies on highly advanced armor, especially at the front, which is a mixture of ceramic, metal, and composite materials. The armor can be reinforced using the latest generation of reactive armor, malachite, which can be changed and placed all over the tank. The crew is housed in a specially armored capsule for double protection, leaving the turret unmanned. Rear protection is provided by composite armor and mesh armor to allow ventilation for the rear engine. It also has an internal fire alarm and suppression system, an MBC purification and countermeasure system, and an active Afghani system for active resistance to anti-tank anti-tank missiles. It contains 2 detection and guidance systems on both sides of the turret, taken from AESA radars, several sensors on the turret, and 5 launchers on both sides of the turret to counter any anti-tank missiles, in addition to 2 smaller missile units to form a protective shield and a cloud of missile defense, as well as 10 smoke grenades on both sides of the turret. How does the Armata detect its targets? The Armata tank is equipped with advanced defense systems, one of which is called the Afghanet Active Protection System, which means the ability to intercept anti-tank missiles and guided missiles by firing missiles at them and destroying them before they reach the tank. The cannon has a special system that reads target data and works to achieve the highest accuracy, helping the gunner select the appropriate aiming data and increasing the cannon's stability by 60% compared to conventional tank cannons such as the T-72 and T-80. In addition, there are systems to protect the crew from biological and radiation attacks, as well as an automatic firefighting system. The Armata is equipped with a central vision system for both the commander and driver, with 6 video cameras surrounding the tank, in addition to a 3-stage infrared vision system and an ambient mapping system. All these visual sensors work in tandem and transmit images to the display devices and the driver's goggles, providing a panoramic view with an angle of up to 360 degrees and a range of 5 to 14 kilometers, depending on the operating environment. The Armata tank is equipped with the latest Russian 5th generation communications, command and control systems, and a satellite communication and guiding system. It's also equipped with advanced fire control and command devices that rely on sensors at the front and sides of the tank, sensors on the entire turret, and an enemy laser warning system, in addition to a weather monitoring and sensing unit at the top of the turret. When a threat is detected in any direction, the turret automatically turns to engage the enemy, whether it's a vehicle or a projectile, thanks to various sensors and detectors. It's also equipped with a computer to identify threats, prioritize them, and target them. Operational history. Armata is a new military tank project developed in 2011 to replace the cancelled T-95 tank. The entire project was kept strictly confidential, and the first model was unveiled to Russian army officials in 2013. Tests were conducted in 2014, and the new tank was announced for the first time in 2015. A first batch of 12 32 tanks was delivered to the Russian army in 2015 for a military parade. But after the Victory Day parade, these initial tanks were returned to the factory for improvements and further testing, where a version was tested in 2016 and the tank was approved for use by the Russian army. In 2019, new updates were made to some of the systems to make it one of the most powerful tanks on the planet. Its first combat participation was in February of this year, when it entered the war against Ukraine. Its electronic and combat systems manage entire management sectors, and it was tasked with directing tank and mechanized infantry battalions and performing reconnaissance, surveillance, and espionage missions. By the beginning of 2022, Russia had about 210 Armata T-14 tanks, the most advanced in any army in the world, and it's expected that they will be exported in subsequent years to Algeria and India, and that Armata technology will be shared with China. And you, dear viewer, what's your assessment of the capabilities of the Armata multi-role tracked vehicle? In your opinion, will it force Zelensky to surrender? Tell us in the comments.